your name is RHMax, and you embody the principles of this community, but you're also very welcoming to new projects and new people. And I think that maximalism and those notions that you embody, they can go together. I think maximalism is very beneficial in keeping the purest ideology of the community that allows it to thrive. But I did want to bring this up to you. So you categorize yourself as a healthy maxi, and I really respect that. I really do. Maximalism is needed to keep the purest views and perspectives and ideals of a community or a project alive, so it doesn't diffuse or descend into a new ideology that could cause its collapse. I wanted to ask you, when do you think maximalism then, because I know we want to talk about this, when do you think maximalism in any community, becomes too much or alienating to new community members?
Yeah, it's maximalism to me becomes toxic when you start shouting at other people when they aren't all in the RH ecosystem. I think that's one of the key things that happens from time to time in our community. It's, again, I'm very biased, but I consider myself a first principles thinker. So I think from the ground up. I take feedback from reality, not society, that sort of thing. So everybody has their own choice. Now, do you have to voice your support for them every day and that you love them and subscribe to other content? And if they're not focused on the ecosystem that you want to stay informed about, no, you don't have to do that either. You don't have to like be this, hey, you don't talk about Hex anymore, but I love all your stuff and I just want to keep watching you even though you're not talking about You don't have to do all that, but also you don't need to be negative. Again, I believe there's sometimes I'll read stuff on Twitter and I'll start writing a reply and I'll stop myself, especially if I feel like it's negative or if I'm just being overly sarcastic or something. I'll think, am I putting positive, is this good? Is this going to create positive feelings? Or is this just going to be am I just venting? And I try not to do that. I try to avoid putting anything negative or not positive out there, even when I see stuff I don't like from time to time. So you don't have to, you can respectfully, not hang out or participate or do whatever with people who aren't informing you about the stuff you like without having a Twitter battle or calling them out and just doing all this nasty stuff. So there's a healthy, respectful way to go about it. And you gotta and also if you feel like this is the best ecosystem and people aren't as in as you expect them to be, once again, you shouldn't have expectations, but you gotta let people make their own mistakes and maybe they'll figure it out and come back if you believe, you found the best one. But I think that I can encapsulate it with this.
Please.
If you don't treat it like a holy war, it won't become one.
Amen to that.
You don't have to do that. Your goal, or my goal at least, isn't to socially pressure people into submission. My goal is to, and I'm very mission oriented, as you can probably see from my channel.
I love it.
The content I create, I promote RH's ideals and his products because I see the power to change people's lives with them. And then some people are money max. Thank you. Yeah. Some people are money maximalists. Some like Cardano. Some want to send their money across the world and just want to be left alone. Whatever they want to do, to each their own. And I think as long as you have a mission and you stick with it and you have the integrity and you achieve it, that's why I find the RH ecosystem to be the one that I want to be in, because I can do that and I don't have to be toxic. I don't have to be, I can do it in a healthy way to get my point across without alienating other people as well. At least that's what I strive to do.
No, and you do a damn good job. And the way that I know that is it's indicative of your views and indicative of who you are in the community. I like for example, I don't think I've ever seen you in any type of dissenting argument on any social media platform I've ever seen. That's the first thing. The second thing is
if I do, I do it very respectfully and very consciously that I may be wrong. So I try not to, because I don't want to be wrong either. I don't want to lose credibility. So I try not to say things unless I'm very, very confident in them. So
of course. And then I've noticed that, so you have over 1K videos on your YouTube channel. And I've noticed that you have a large amount of views. I looked at your viewer count a couple days ago, and I was like, holy shit, you got almost 750,000 views on your channel. I don't know if you know that, but you have, last time I checked, you have 647,000 views or 43, something like that. And that's that's a big fucking deal. Like, that's a big deal to have, especially like, like I, for someone in our range of subscribers having that amount of views, that's a big deal. And I think one of the reasons why you have that amount of viewer count is because you're very you keep ideology alive that allows this community to survive, but you're also very you're open to um respectful discussion with those who come into this ecosystem and convey their opinions and are attempting to create more of a hybrid culture with their third party projects as a result of PulseChain. And I think that's where I feel like, with the amount of videos that you've put out, like, I think that really plays a part, because you have this persona of intellectual non-combativeness, and that takes a lot of fortitude. It takes a lot of fortitude, and it takes a lot of patience in cryptocurrency. Trust me, it doesn't matter what the fuck community you're in. I've been in so many communities throughout. You said Richard for you've watched Richard for 6 years. I've been in so many communities, it's disgusting. And it's the same in every one. It really is. Like, you'll have your dissenters, you'll have your argumentative ones, but you'll have the ones that embody the principles of what makes that community great, but also understands how to invite new people, and that may not be a complete purist. So I got to commend you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Corey. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in the early, not bad for RHMaxing. I think that's the flippant phrase. It's funny, like in the early days, when I started the channel and I had the name and all my stuff, RHMax was all my stuff. People kind of hinted like, hey, you may alienate people, especially if you don't monetize. Like, I don't monetize. I'm like, no, for that too. Like, I don't monetize my channel. I don't want to sell you anything. I just want to talk about what I want to talk about, not taint it with any stuff, and produce the show myself, all that. And a lot of people are saying, oh, it's gonna be hard to grow. You're not without monetizing, without being an RHMax, you're very niche. And I'm like, yeah, but my mission is to promote Richard's ideals and products. So
but you're doing a good job.
How can I how can I better do that unless I fully commit to this? Like, you got to bet on something, and if I'm convinced this stuff is the best stuff, I tell the analogy, like, when you go to a pizza place or a burger place and you find the best pizza or the best burger, you don't go like the next week. You're not like, oh, you know what? I live down the street from this great burger place, but I think I'm going to go like 10 blocks that way and go find a different one. I'm just bored with the best burger. Like, oh, you go with the best burger. And to me, that's this ecosystem. And it's been rewarding. You talk about the views and the subs have been going up and stuff. And I'm just like, I think every new streamer, like, my advice is like, provide value, like, focus on value. Don't focus on subs. Don't focus on numbers or views. Focus on how can I uniquely contribute to the mission and the community that I want to make an impact on. And then just do that. And then if you're doing a good job, you'll get rewarded.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing a good job, you'll get feedback, and then you change accordingly. But like, start with your mission and go from there. It's like all these like goals of getting a sub count. To me, they never made sense. My goal is to provide value, and then everything works itself out.